Greetings, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. Hope you're in the best of health. And today I'll do a bit of a summary on lithium, but in particular Vulcan Energy Resources. I've got a few snippets in front of me that I've got from the kind of news and the website and announcements. Maybe there have been more, but I'm just putting these out there. And if you have more, please feel free to make comments. So far, obviously, everything I'm going to show is pretty positive, nothing majorly negative. So, starting with, I would say the good news is the movement in the share price. I mean, that's pretty positive, and I think it's on the back of a number of items. But it seems that a lot of the stocks and sentiment in lithium at the moment is being driven by inventory levels and within China and movements of spot prices there. So I think all of that is going in the right direction. Globally, EV vehicle demand is up. Big players as well as Tesla now. You have the likes of BYD are now exporting around the world, and normally when they export, they bring integrated solutions of the car, of the finance, of after service, the charging unit, and also the software to track third-party charging units as well. And I've been through this, and it does kind of complete the puzzle. It's quite useful. Okay, so first thing we start with is the news flow regarding, again, focused on Vulcan Energy, is the European Parliament's what word do they use? Endorsement of having an official geothermal energy strategy. As you know, Vulcan is already a producer, and it's a big part of its plan that goes hand in hand with lithium for its project. So I think that's a thumbs up and really positive news. The second news flow that I saw was that, in particular, Germany had created a fund aligned with the development bank KfW, the German kind of international development bank, but for a 1.1 billion euro critical mineral fund. So again, that endorses the sector, not necessarily directly to Vulcan, but you can connect the dots. It's positive nonetheless. Geothermal, critical minerals in Germany. That's pretty good. Previously, we got news that I've got it here. The Australian Export Credit Agency and others had confirmed, or a letter of intent for $200 million. Hopefully, I got the currency right. Australian dollars of financing. And the bigger news is that the European Investment Bank informed Vulcan Energy, and it's in the press, that their assessment of a 500 million euro, which I think is equivalent to about 800 million Australian dollars, of debt financing has gone to their next level of appraisal. Okay, not confirmed, not underwritten, not whatever, but it's a really positive news flow. If we look at, in general, the global energy transition, if we look at the fact that Europe has stated that it wants a more secure supply chain, if we look at the planned gigafactories all over Europe, if we look at the decarbonisation targets, net zero, on the back of COP28, and hopefully further progress at COP29. I mean, again, we just put all of that together. You can already see the price estimates. Again, this is not advice, do your own research. The potential price estimates, low, medium, high, for Vulcan Energy are quite interesting. There's been a drop in the price, I think, because I mean, it's part and parcel of these stocks anyway. We've talked about the La Sonde curve, and there are other names for curves, adoption curves, where you go up and then eventually go down. And if there's poor news, or if there's poor price path in the commodity like there has been, um, or there's an assessment of the size of investment that's needed, etc., and many investors may not want to take the risk, they exit, price goes down. Nevertheless, not that I've done the sums myself, but there are a lot of broker estimates out there which take account of the required debt, the required equity, etc. And in spite of all of that, you have some pretty interesting price projections. Once again, we're at the moment just looking at phase one of the project. Remind myself, I think that's 24,000 tons lithium hydroxide per, per, per annum, if I got that right. Um, that's phase one, and due to start sometime in 2026, which believe me is not far away. So now the balance, the balance of the equation is this: if you start getting debt financing, large debt financing being confirmed, if you've got big equity holders like Stellantis and Gina Reinhardt, etc., and if the share price starts making moves, you're switching the other way. You start to get the realization that this is going ahead, the demand is there. Remember, Vulcan has a very interesting pricing formula with its off takers. It has a floor. I don't know the exact number of the floor, but it was mentioned in one of the discussions. So all of that's in place, and therefore, as once again, I go back to my kind of long-term approach. As Vulcan ticks off its milestones, it will eventually be reflected in the longer-term trend of the share price. So, and I believe Vulcan, they announced that they were about to do some kind of a conference call with shareholders, and possibly the CEO, chairman, and others. I haven't seen that. Maybe I missed it. I'll have to check it out. But if you have any information you've got, fantastic. Otherwise, EVs, lithium, Vulcan Energy, the EU story in the path to net zero, commitments to critical minerals supply chain, commitments to geothermal energy, again, goes towards renewable energy security supply, specifically in Germany, and exactly what Vulcan Energy is involved in. Tick, 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 tick. Make your own view. It's been many years since pilots have been running, and all of these stakeholders continue to see plants and demonstrations and products qualification, etc. So if there was any remaining doubt on the technical side, I'm sure we would have heard. There are always risks, understand. There will need to be, there's always the geological part of it, but keeping that in mind, the balance is still looking good. And please do your own research, but I would say I'm in it till production. I've continually mentioned that, and I have a pretty significant investment which I will maintain, and I did increase it, by the way, a number of months ago. I remember doing a call on it. Yes, the price went down below that, but so be it. My average is still good. I think if you have conviction in this company, you have conviction in the market, and you have conviction in a reasonableness of the timeline, the mathematics are there for you to do yourselves. Great, fantastic. Anyway, I thought that was a good, just a good opportunity to do a quick summary of Vulcan. I'm putting in the link as well, a link to another video just summarizing Vulcan's project, quite interesting, from Green Origin. Have a great day, enjoy, and yeah, I hope we see further strength in the market. Cheers.